Sorry about the interruption. I will continue reading shells. So I was talking about how God told me that the stars had to be with the dark. They had to shine under the backdrop of the darkness because it made things beautiful. If there was no darkness, we would not see the beauty of the stars. And so, it's the same as this board. These shells are talking in conjunction with the backdrop. The backdrop is not a different part of the shells. It's just not silent. It's just not sitting there doing nothing. Every little space, nook and crevice that you see is talking. That's why when I do this, I'm taking all the information from the ground to the shells to how they are put together. Okay, so I was talking about my friendships. I will always have this enemy called Fericus, and he will always try to pull things from me and move my life backwards. So he's causing me delays. He's causing me a great deal of delays. And right now, he's my number one enemy, but he had a great deal of help before. He was hidden while he was doing his job. This could also mean, hold on, let me ask again. Who is this? Yes. But unfortunately for Fericus, the more he fights with me, the more he gets pushed out of my life. Because he is so far away from my life. He is so far away. He's so far away. Here I am creating some kind of triangle here. He is coming directly for me, but I'm creating some kind of triangle with other friends who are bolstering me up. But this is not going to happen for a long time. For a long time, he's just going to stay hidden, which is what he loves to do. 4 years of being hidden. Like Agnes, he's just going to stay hidden in the background, trying to snatch from me. But then unfortunately for him, this friend of mine that I have is anchoring his shit. And I am anchoring his shit. Basically, he has a lot of pushback, right? So these are my friends. Okay? These are my friends. Alrighty? Okay. So, let me ask another question I don't care about. I think on that note, I can end this because I'm really wondering what should I ask about that I care about, that I don't care about. Okay, coronavirus vaccine. Isabel, how is coronavirus vaccine going to affect you? How is coronavirus vaccine going to affect you? How is coronavirus vaccine going to affect you? Okay, so this is the coronavirus vaccine and how it is going to affect me. It's going to cage me. Okay, I just recently had it. So here it is, the line. The before I had it, I wasn't caged. And now that I have it, I am caged. So the coronavirus vaccine is actually good for me. Okay, it's going to protect me. It has created a circle of protection. This is a circle of protection. I hope you can see it. I'll push it forward because this is a lesson. All right. It's going to create a huge circle of protection around me. This is me. And it's going to create a huge circle of protection around me where this virus is concerned. And so when you look at the arrow, it's pointing at me. It is saying starting now. So for me, it was a good decision to have done this, to have had this virus. A very good decision. Okay, because I was unprotected, and now I will be protected because it is a circle. Had it turned out to be like an arrow that faces this way, it would say, oh my God, you made a big mistake, right? Because this is to the right, you made a big mistake. Shit is gonna go down. If it had been an arrow this way to the side, no, that was good. But it has chosen to show me that my vaccine is working to protect me, and it will protect me. It will keep me safe on a wide scale. Like, I will be safe from the people around me in case someone else has coronavirus. But before, I was taking a chance without the vaccine. Right. Now, I don't get this from, like I said, the shapes. The shapes are secondary to me. The shapes are completely secondary to me. I get this from the shells themselves. Because like I said, the shells talk to me because it's a gift God gave me. And you can't copy another's gift. Nor can you beg God for the same gift. And you can harvest me as much as you like. It's still my gift. So shells are my gift. I get a lot of people asking me about them, and shells are my gift. And this is what I do best. So let me ask if I have friends, because I just heard the shells say, see what I'm saying? The shells just say to me, you didn't ask whether you're going to have good friends. Okay, so Isobel, are you going to have good friends? This basically says Isobel's life has been delayed. God put a delay on something he was going to give me recently. He delayed it. Right? I'm facing this delay, but then everybody seems to have that delay. And I put my hand. Beauty. He delayed it. Beauty. Okay, so now I usually just put it aside because the shell has spoken. It has said what it wants to say. So Isobel, are you gonna have friends? Isobel, are you gonna have friends? Are you gonna have good friends? Isobel, are you gonna have good friends? Isobel, are you gonna have good friends? Are you gonna have good friends? I wasn't concentrating, so I had to ask again. Are you gonna have good friends? The number of shells I take from the plate is dictated by the shells themselves. If lately I've been having one shell refusing to fall off my hand or my finger, right? I've been having one shell refusing to fall off my hand or my finger. When that happens, I know that, when that happens, I know that this thing here, it's refusing to come down. It's refusing, right? So the question was, am I gonna have good friends, right? And it fell right here in front of me. So it is showing me my current situation with my friends, my current position with my friends, right? So I had friends, and I do have friends, but we're not very close. We're not. So now I ask, why are we not close? Okay. And it tells me the feelings between me and my friends are not genuine. However, at this point in my life, because this is a triangle that is facing the west, right? I don't know if you can see it. I should move things forward. Yeah, it's a triangle that's facing the west. It is telling me that I do not currently, I had friends whom I thought were friends, but they were not friends, because right here in the space when I did this, the energy told me they were not friends, right? But that wasn't the question. So this is getting very difficult because that wasn't the question, right? Am I going to have friends? That was the question. The answer is yes, but something will always get in the way. So anyway, let me ask, will I have friends in the future? Because the answer I was given was present. How do I know it was present? Because it was right in my face. The future is to the south, where God is. The past is to the north, where the dark is. So, will I have good friends in the future? Will I have good friends in the future? Will I have good friends in the future? Okay. And it tells me 50-50. Okay. Maybe. Maybe yes. And maybe no. And it tells me that my metaphysical wealth, okay, let me push this forward so that you can all see. Okay. Okay, can you see? I think you can. Okay, right. So this is a box. Okay, I've squeezed it all in. Let me make it the way it was. Okay, I'm trying so hard for you guys to see. This is a box, and that's why I said maybe yes, maybe no. When I ask which one is me here, I am instinctively guided to the me. There is no rhythm or science about it. It's a gift God gave me. I am guided. This is you. This is you. Right? My question will I have friends in the future? Because I clearly don't have friends. Right? So it is maybe, because this is a yes and this is a no. Maybe. Then when I ask what is the problem, right? What is the problem? Okay, maybe, right? What is the problem? You see that this shell, it is carrying a whole lot of other shells. It by itself is like this, right? Carrying a whole lot of shells. I know I didn't move this right. But there's like a blockage here, right? So basically it is saying the work that I do, the person who I am, or my metaphysical wealth, or whatever, stops people from being loyal to me. It stops people from seeing me as a person. So let's ask and be clear. And every time I throw the shells back or I hold them like this, I get messages. There isn't a moment that I'm working with shells that I don't get a message. So here we go. Why don't I have friends? Isabel, why don't you have friends? Isabel, why don't you have faith? Isabel, why don't you have faith? As I am saying that, and I'm calling myself, right? And I am calling myself, I can hear my voice. It is telling the air, just to let you know, it is giving the air the messages, and the messages are getting to me. Okay, so here we go. Okay, and a shell falls off the plate and it goes in the direction of the south. Why don't you have friends? And it goes to the south, right? And it's actually me. How do I know it's me? Because the shell told me. Okay. And what is the meaning of it falling off the board and landing to the south, near the water, by the way? Near the water. What is it trying to say? It is trying, and I have my tobacco right here as well. It is telling me that I am the child of my ancestors, that they are my friends, and God is my friend, but I do not have. And that's why. The question was why, right? And that's why. But there are people who adore me, who protect me, who watch out for me. They could be lovers. They could be a metaphysical connection. They could be something. But they are right here aligned. Okay? Aligned. They could be right here aligned. Then those who did not or pretended to be my friends, and there were quite a lot according to these shells right here. You can't see them all, but let me push them forward so that you see them. Okay. Because this one blocked, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Two of them were very close. They were very, very close. They were very symbiotic, and they called themselves my friends, right? How do we know? Because they are right here. They were a couple. Who is this? Then I ask, who is this? And it turns out to be Fericus and Agnes. They were a couple, right? Whether they like it or not, they are making their way out of my life, okay? They were blocked, and this particular person was extremely close, and they were blocked. This person here, who is the nearest to me, is walking the path of God as well. How do I know? Because the shell told me. Walking the path of God and doing God's bidding, doing God. So they are just not protecting me. They are more important than that. This shell here blocked this shell. This shell was so close, which means that, it was so blocked. And then there are these other two shells of two other protectors because, I am owned by my ancestors and God. They are my friends. Okay? And so, okay. So this video I will put up the following week. After I put this one up, I will put up the next video in the same week, so that you get to watch both of them. What else? Am I gonna be able to afford to go to South Africa? Let me end with that. Am I gonna be able to afford to go to South Africa? Am I going to be able to afford to go to South Africa? Am I going to be able to afford to go to South Africa? Because I'm stressed out about that business. I'm totally stressed out. So the shell falls to the ground is telling me no. Okay? No. Okay? And that was ordained by God. I'm not going to be able to afford it. The reason why is because I've had so much money stolen. And I'm not making enough money. I've had money stolen. I'm not making enough money. So at the moment, no. Okay. So let me ask, will I be able to afford to go to South Africa in the future? Okay. Will I be able to afford to go to South Africa in the future? Will I be able to afford to go to South Africa in the future? Will I be able to afford to go to South Africa in the future? Okay. It will have to be a battle of willpower. Because this is not even a maybe. This is a no and a no. It also tells me that I'm in a cage. This is a cage. So it's like my trip to South Africa, there's a cage, a very strong cage, done by people who don't want me to go. So there'll be problems processing shit. There'll be problems, lots of problems processing shit, and basically I'm being told here that sheer willpower is what is going to make South Africa possible. So who doesn't want me to go? Okay, how do I know this, by the way? Now I'm getting involved in my own reading. Okay, sheer willpower. This is how I know this. Okay, this shape here of almost a triangle. I will try harder in the future to fight this. I will face it and I will fight it. But at the moment, today as we speak, I'm blocked, and the blockages happened months ago before I even knew I was going to South Africa. The blockages happened months ago, but I will try. However, the attempts may not be in vain, but I just pushed these, so I don't know. The attempts may not be in vain because this right here is a clear triangle, while this right here is a triangle going backwards. So I am at war for going to South Africa, right? So, see, I don't necessarily have to read that. Okay, now timing is something that I do not look at the pattern of the shells for. I read timing, okay, straight out of the shells themselves, and air has no time. Okay, air has no time. So when am I going to South Africa? When am I going to South Africa? When am I going to South Africa? So I was supposed to have gone to South Africa a long time ago, and it was delayed. And it was not only delayed, but it was stopped, and it was called a no-no. Somebody dominated my life and stopped me from going. Highly likely Agnes, right? She dominated my life and stopped me from going. And right now, I'm still having my life dominated as people are stopping me from going. How do I know this? Let me just push this forward. Okay, so that you can see it. Okay, how do I know this? Because this whole mess right here makes a whole arrow. So when am I going to go to South Africa, right? I pushed this from here. So it says in the future, in about 3 to 4 months time, planning will begin. You will begin to plan, right? You will begin to plan in the future. You'll begin to plan. This right here is what exactly? People who are fighting me. Lots of people who are fighting me. But I'm fighting back. How do I know that I'm fighting back? Because this shell is open and it is facing this direction. So I'm fighting back. Okay. No matter what, it seems I'm fighting back. All right. I'm fighting back just to, yeah, it's interesting. Just to go. Okay. Now I can just look at these shells like this and sit back like this and just say, so what's going to happen? And I can hear the shells. You'll still go. You'll still go. Sometimes when I'm reading people, that's exactly what I do. I'm told sit back and just listen. When I'm like this, I'm listening to the whole board again, the blue, but it needs space. It needs space. Like, give me some space, bitch. I need to think, right? Give me some space. Okay. Am I going to like South Africa? Yes or no? Am I going to like South Africa? Yes or no? Am I going to like South Africa? Yes or no? Yes or no? Ooh. Okay. Okay. So, the answer yes or no is extremely difficult when you are told to pick so many shells from the plate. When you are told, so this is what I call, I'll read it first before I show you the shape. This is what I call a no and a no. Okay. Why is that? This no is facing, this one is facing, it's not quite facing the north, but it's facing the east, right? But it's still a no, okay? Because it's not, I don't know how to explain it any other way, right? It's still a no. And this one is facing the west. It is telling me that a lot of juju is being thrown so that I don't enjoy it, right? So that I don't like it, so that I'll go crazy over there not liking it, okay? So now there is one that fell all the way to the south when it said no, and then it fell under the my lampshade. That's another thing about reading shells, where everything falls. There's a reason why everything falls where it falls, right? There's a reason. So it fell way over there and it went underneath something, the south. So basically it says you are sitting under God. No, you're not going to South Africa, but you are. No, you're not going to enjoy South Africa, but you will be under God's orders. So you basically have no choice, right? These are so let me see if I'm surprised. And this is the last. So now you shake again to collect the air into the shell, right? So who is jujuing me not to go to South Africa? And even as I say this, I'm shaking, collecting information, bits of information is flying into the plate. Who is jujuing me not to go to South Africa? Who is jujuing me not to go to South Africa? Who is jujuing me not to go to South Africa? And as I hold it, I hear groups of women from Instagram and YouTube. Okay? Groups of women. And that is exactly what the shells then tell me. Okay? The shells then tell me exactly the same thing. Okay? Groups of women. Okay? Groups of women do not want me to go. Now, this is a group. When it's a cluster like this, it's a group, and it's a group of people that actually met and talked. Why is that? Because there's a shape of a triangle, right? There's a shape of a triangle here, a covenant. They agreed. They got together, and it was a covenant. They created a covenant. They agreed that she's not going. She's not going. She's not going. And so they are fighting me. There's also a man in this group. How many men? See, I'm putting my hand on the board. 3 men. So in this group, it's a whole lot of women and 3 men. Where are all these people from? Some are South Africans, metaphysical practitioners. The 3 men are South Africans. They're not fighting me not to come to South Africa. They are fighting me over the Prudence situation, the one who stole my Netflix. And it is affecting my trip to South Africa because everything affects it, right? And I go further to that other group because there's another group right here so that you can all see it. Okay, right? Yeah, there's another group here. Can you see this one? I'm going to put it there. There's another group here. Okay. Some of my students and some of my clients. YouTube and Instagram. Okay. So, why? And that'll be the last lesson. Okay. Why are they fighting me not to go? Why are they fighting me not to go? Why are they fighting me not to go? As the air is being collected, I can hear jealousy, envy, fear of losing you, fear. It's playing repeatedly, and I'm sighing because I'm tired. Okay, so this, let me hold it. Yes, so this is me. Okay, even though the question was why, this is me, right? This is the group of people. I don't know if you can see them well. This is the group of people who are fighting me not to go to South Africa. And some of them are being driven to do it by someone else who's very angry. Some of them are actually mentally unstable, because when you get a broken shell for a person, it's mental instability. And some of them have got secret reasons why. Okay. And they are fighting, right? They're fighting very hard, but in the future, they will be blocked. Okay, in the future, God will do what God wants, and they will be blocked, right? And the question was why? Okay, let us remember the question why. And there is no answer on this board, which is what the air will do. This is what the air will do. There is no answer on this board. Basically, though, now when there's no answer and the board is not giving an answer, we put our hands on any shell. Any shell is also, I'm choosing this group of shells so that they can tell me, why don't you want me to go? Because we just don't want you to. We will be lonely without you. I put my hand by the mentally disturbed. So, Okay, we just don't want you to go, but they're mentally disturbed. Okay, we just don't want you to go. But interestingly enough, I mean, I pulled them forward, so it doesn't make sense now. The point is, it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a battle. They really are not standing in their truth. Oh, that's what the board just said. They're not standing in their truth. They have hidden, like this one was like this, hidden their intentions, even from themselves, so that they don't have to face themselves. Like this one sitting on this one, hidden intentions. They have hidden their intentions so that they sit on themselves. On that note, this is Reading Shells Part 2. I think I have shown you, I hope, that this is a gift you get from God. I have had some of my former students reading shells for me, and I have wanted to laugh. Okay. Because they are so busy chasing the patterns, they are missing the entire story. And they are filling in. Okay, because they would send me videos of them reading shells, and I would be looking at the shells, and I would be listening to what they're saying, and I would be saying to myself, that's not what the shells are telling me. That's also like tarot. I look at tarot cards and I don't see the same message. And I had that issue with my students. On that note, this is Reading Shells. I will do Reading Tarot next time. Bye.